Afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel, Fishing AT. Back out again after a couple of weeks, and I'm back at Chesil Beach, but today I'm fishing down the Ferrybridge end. I've parked at the beach cafe area, walked up towards the bird sanctuary and about 3 or 4 posts along, if you know the mark. It's 1:30, low tide was about half an hour ago. So we've got a high tide of about 7:45 this evening, and it's about, they're sort of springish sort of tides they're building, and it's about a 3.5 metre rise up from low to high. Sorry, 2.5 metre rise from low to high today. And the plan is to fish into darkness up to high water, and then we'll see how we go. The fishing reports have not been brilliant. It's obviously been very still and calm down here. It's very bright. There's a little bit of a swell, but not a lot really. The water is pretty clear, so I'm not hanging my hopes out for a busy session, but it's just great just to be out on the beach again after a couple of weeks. I've got 3 rods today. I've got on the right hand rod there, I've got half a mini mackerel on an up and over, and then I've got on the middle rod I've got a 2-hook, 1 up 1 down clipped rig, which I think I showed the last video or so. And then on the left hand rod I've got a similar rig but with an angel clip, so a slightly different method of clipping up, and I'll show that one later on. But again, it's the same sort of principle, 1 up 1 down, but both baits are clipped behind the weight on an angel clip. So fingers crossed for a good session, we'll see. Baits today, just got blow lug, squid and mackerel, supplied by Real Fun Fishing at Porter's Head. So we'll see how we go, and I'll come back to you once I've got some news. I just thought, been fishing 3 hours, 3 rods, no bites, pretty quiet obviously. Persevering. Nearest I've had is this bait. Came back with a crab leg attached, so this was half a mackerel, or half a joey mackerel and a squid on an up and over, and obviously a crab had been on it because it's lost its leg. But other than that, it's pretty quiet. Bait's untouched, and well, just have to hope that when the sun goes down, we actually see an increase in the action, which doesn't need to be much because we haven't had any. See you in a bit. So I said earlier on, I'm using a clip down, up down rig on a angel clip. So that's an angel clip. There you can see it's sits above the weight. So it's shaped like an angel, yeah, and you've got 2 little clip points where your bait's clipped to. The lead is just free sliding, okay, and then you've got a snood below the lead, and basically about halfway up, a bit like the other rig I'm using, although this time I've got the link on a movable clip, just held in place with some grip tube. So, and then that clips down onto the angel clip, and then up above I've got a standard pulley bead, and you've got like almost like the top end of a pulley pennel, and that clips down on the bottom. So you can see that clips down on the bottom, and that pulley pennel just basically is just an extension of the rig body. And you can see I've got the pulley bead there, and then when you pull it down, you've got your sort of swivel connect to your snood, and then basically everything is clipped behind the lead. And then obviously when it hits the water, everything just releases, and basically you've got a hook and a snood below, and you've got almost like a pulley pennel rig above. Hope that I've explained that. I'll see how it comes out in the video, and if not, I'll do it again. So fishing for 4.5 hours now, up as 5. It's about 2.5 hours to high water. Not a sniff. Absolutely dead as a dodo. Haven't seen anybody catching anything. There's quite a few people down towards the Portland end. Must be a dozen or so anglers down there, and there's a couple of people who've just walked up and are fishing above me towards Abbotsbury, but haven't seen anybody catch anything. I should have said it's Monday the 6th of February. So we're probably, I don't know, it's the first time we've ever fished Chesil on a February day. So learning my lesson, can only get better, as they say. But the sun has set, so half an hour or so, and we'll be in darkness, so maybe that might bring a couple of fish onto the on the feed. We'll see. Still fishing 3 rods, big baits up and over, half a mackerel or half a joey mackerel with generally a bit of squid, and the 2 are clip down rigs. The angel clip rig's working really well, that releases really well. It's a sort of variant of one that's on a channel called Billy Fishing. If you watch that on YouTube, he does a series of rig videos, so I don't claim any credit for this one. It's a bit of a modified one. He calls it, I think, the Pulley X, about a year ago on his channel, so you can see how he does it. Yeah, I'm going to persevere with that rig. I think it's better than the other one with the Gemini clip on the bottom snood. So I think I will probably persevere with the angel clip rig. Haven't had it not release. Haven't had any tangles or anything like that, so that seems to be working good. Just not catching anything, but that's just a function of how bad the day is. Anyway, fingers crossed, still got a few hours to fish. Well, it's 8:10. You can probably gather by the lack of footage. Haven't caught anything, haven't had a bite. It's been a pretty challenging day down here at Ferrybridge end of Chesil Beach, but lovely to be out. Didn't have a single bite in the 7 hours or 7.25 hours of fishing. Baits pretty much untouched. A couple of baits came back stripped, whether that was crabs. I certainly didn't see any bites. So it's been a chasing experience here. As I said, first time I fished in February. I think the guide says, I think it's what do the VMO sites say? Something like best stay at home and make rigs or something, I think it said, for February down at Chesil. But you've got to try, you've got to give it a go, and I have, and I'm sure other people have caught today. Hopefully they've caught some fish today, but it's just a joy to be out. Anyway, I'm sorry there hasn't been any fish today, and well, I'm not sure when the next trip is going to be. Probably won't give Chesil another go in February, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for everybody who's been liking and subscribing to the channel, really appreciate that. And I say, see you all again soon, and if you're fishing, tight lines and be safe. Cheers.